Good morning, Year 4. For Thursday's maths, we're going to be calculating perimeter using reasoning and a bit of problem solving skills. Okay, so we're going to go through some example questions and then those will be very similar to the ones that you've got in your pack. For the introduction, we're going to have a look at this question. Now this is a two-step question. You need to do two different skills. Firstly, you need to find the perimeter of each rectangle. After you've done that, you need to spot if there's a pattern. So we need to do this step first. So finding the perimeter, I know that if the length here of the shape A is 3 centimetres, then also at the top, that is also going to be 3 centimetres. And the same here, 2 centimetres, it's going to be the same at 2 centimetres. So, to work out A, I'm going to do 3 add 3 is 6, add 2 is 8, add 2 is 10. And let's do 10 centimetres because we haven't got the grid squares this time, so we need to start doing it mentally. For shape B, the same again. I know that that one is also going to be 2 centimetres and the drop here is also going to be 4 centimetres. Now if you didn't want to do adding, by adding these all together, you could also times. So we could do 4 times 2 because there's 2 sets of 4. So I know 4 times 2 is 8 and 2 times 2 is 4. So then I just need to add 8 and 4 together, which equals 12. So that's going to be 12 centimetres. Whichever way works for you best, that's fine. This might be fairly quicker because you should know your times tables quite quick now. So I'm going to do this one without writing the other lengths because I know what they are. So 4 times 2 is 8, 3 times 2 is 6, so I'm going to add them two together. It's 14 centimetres. Right, looking at the bottom question, can you spot a pattern? I can already spot a pattern and I think I know what the perimeter is going to be for D and D. If A is 10, B 12, C 14, why don't you have a think at home now? What do you think D might be? What is the pattern? Okay, I'm going to work the rest of the other two out now. So 5 times 2 is 10, 3 times 2 is 6. And was this the one that you had at home? 16 centimetres. And then the next one, I'm hoping it should, because it's going up in 2s, it should be 18 centimetres. So 6 times 2 is 12, 3 times 2 is 6, and it is 18 centimetres. So coming on to the second half of the question, can you spot a pattern between the perimeters? Yes, I can. The perimeter lengths are going up in 2s. Okay, the perimeter increases by 2 centimetres each time. Right, so you also might have a question like this, which is trying to get you to recognise both methods. So we've got our repeated addition method that I've just shown you, and also I've got the multiplication method. So because it is equal sides and it is a square, all of the repeated additions are going to be the same because they're all going to be 4 centimetres because squares have equal sides. So it's going to be 4 centimetres, add another 4 centimetres, add another 4 centimetres, add another 4 centimetres. Now if I don't know the answer to that yet doing the repeated addition, I can also have a look at the multiplication. How many sets of 4 do I have? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 centimetres times by 4 centimetres because there's 4 sets, 4 fours are what? And it should be 16 centimetres. And then I can also fill out this one too. So this has shown that you can actually do it 2 different ways. Okay, these are a matching activity which you probably will have in your pack. You're going to match the shapes to their perimeters. So another 2-step problem, you need to work out what the perimeter for each shape is before you can then link them together. So I'm going to have a look. How many sides does this shape have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do 3 times 5 because there's 5 sides. 3 times 5 is 15 and that can go and link up. Here we've got different lengths. These are all equal. These are different lengths, so I'm going to do 5 times 2, which is 10, 4 times 2, which is 8, add those two together is 18 centimetres. Do I have one? Yes, and this one should add up to 24 centimetres, which is an equal-sided shape. So I've got 8, 16, 24, if I'm counting up in my 8s. Okay, so that is 2-step problems that you need to work out first. And those ones are correct. So I'm going to set you off on your pack now. Remember to read the question, look for any key information, and if it is a 2-step, work it out on your sheet to show you're working. Good luck!